the lower reaches of the Football League. They played Bristol Rovers in the first leg of their third division playoff fixture and came away from the West Country with a creditable 1-1 draw. Vale came desperately close to a dream start, but Ron Futcher steered Simon Mills' cross wide of the far post. But it was Rovers who took the lead after half an hour. The Vale defence was caught out and Gary Penrice took advantage. In the second half, Futcher could consider himself lucky to stay on the field. An apparent headbutt here on Ian Alexander left the fullback requiring treatment, even though Futcher protested his innocence. He escaped with a booking. Rovers fans, though, might have wished the referee had been a little sterner, because it was Futcher who paved the way for Robbie Earle's equaliser. That goal earned Vale a valuable draw and leaves them now as firm favourites to confirm promotion on Saturday.
It's away from playing in the second division again, holding an important 1-1 away goal advantage. They face Bristol Rovers at Vale Park tomorrow. Question is, can they do it? Well, a packed house will ensure plenty of support, and Ron Futcher's presence will ensure it's competitive.
Given the escapes the Bristol girl enjoyed, Port Vale could and perhaps should be taking the lead into tomorrow's playoff. But level at half-time isn't a bad platform to build on. Bristol, though, do have an excellent away record and the talent for the spectacular. But just as Port Vale's win in the last round against Preston was remembered for crowd disturbances, so too this episode clearly overshadowed Wednesday's draw. Defender Alexander was looking for an Oscar. Clearly too, Futcher was wrong, but quite how the referee chose to book him a mystery, and also why he lectured Alexander.
It was an absolute out-and-out match, wasn't it? I think that's not very difficult to see from my arms sitting, and I thought the goal was very, very lucky. I know those were looking for it, we didn't see it. A bit disappointed with that decision, because people shouldn't be able to get away with that.
Futcher stayed on to create a splendid opening for Robbie Earle and set up tomorrow's second leg perfectly.
Yeah, there's still 90 minutes to play, and we're not going to count our chickens until we actually get in front and win that game, which is going to be a vital game for both of us. Obviously, going back to Vale Park, it's important for us, but it's still going to be a very, very difficult game for us.
Drawn the first game, which was on Bristol Rovers ground at Bath, and now the action moves off to the Midlands. Our reporter there is Phil Mepham.
Whoever had won at Vale Park would have had something extra special to celebrate. Port Vale hadn't been in the second division for 32 years. Rovers were on the verge of achieving promotion with a team that cost just £10,000. And it seemed to be a case of absence making the heart grow fonder, because it was Vale who tore into Rovers from the start. They might have had the lead after 30 seconds, but England under-21 keeper Nigel Martin saved from Robbie Earle. Rovers were looking anything but promotion material. Clearly the jitters had set in. Darren Beckford almost took advantage, but again the presence of Martin proved decisive. The keeper made another fine save, holding a well-struck effort from Dean Glover. Rovers may now find it difficult holding on to him. In fact, he kept Vale at bay for 52 minutes before a set-piece corner allowed Robbie Earle his fourth goal in as many games against Rovers this season. For the Vale supporters, the wait may have been tense, but in the end was definitely well worth it. They hadn't been in the second division since 1957, and many of those who celebrated now wouldn't have remembered that. The full-time scenes told their own story. When manager John Rudge joined Vale nearly 10 years ago, they were bottom of the fourth division. Now his team are quickly gaining a reputation.
So Port Vale it is then, who go up with Wolves, who finish as champions, and Sheffield United, already promoted. Competitive upper echelons next season.
The only evidence of football of the sort was the kick-around by workmen in their lunch break. Work has already begun on improving conditions at Vale Park. The club say they'll spend £500,000 on refurbishment. A different scene on Saturday after Vale had won on the day by a single Robbie Earle goal. No doubt about their superiority, and Bristol Rovers fans applauded them accordingly. In fact, Earle has scored in every one of the last 4 games against Rovers. It's a habit he was glad to continue on Saturday.
Yeah, I seem to like playing against him. Funny enough, it's been 4 headers from similar-ish positions, so, I don't think they'll be too happy about it, but it's been enjoyable.
Now, with feet back on the ground, staff at Vale Park are concentrating on the work in hand. A family enclosure is already partly built. The whole of Bycar stand will be improved. At the visitors' end, exit gates have to be widened. Some of the cash will come from the Football Trust, but there will have to be spending on players too, a matter that hadn't escaped the chairman's mind.
I believe John's got players coming to go, and let's hope we got them. We do need three, at least three.
Is the money there?
We'll make the money available, yes.
That's a chairman's promise, is it?
That's the chairman's promise, yes.
The official celebrations may be over, but this Saturday sees Robbie Earle fulfilling a private fixture. He marries Sandra Muir at Newcastle-under-Lyme.